Boop. Are we good? I think we're good. That time it didn't even wait. It just went. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Scythe and Tigger back again for another Scythe News Vlog thing. Yes. And it is 7:41 in the morning right now. I'll get into that in a bit, but first and foremost, I just want to say thanks and welcome to any and all new subscribers this week. Last week we were at 1679. This week we're at 1848. So we didn't hit 200 subscribers like we did last week, but still, that's really freaking close. And again, it's like 7 in the morning right now, so I may wake up later and maybe it skyrocketed. Maybe we will hit 200 this week. I don't know, but either way, that is amazing. Thank you. And for anyone that just tunes in and sees these are kind of like my weekly, to give you guys a schedule and stuff, and I put all the stuff in the description if you don't really want to listen to me talk about it. GTA 5, there's actually quite a few things I have to say about this. Did somebody say yoga? That's the mission that we're doing, which is pretty freaky, has a UFO and all sorts of awesome. I actually have one more episode to edit right now after that one, which I haven't even gotten to yet. And then I've decided that I'm going to drop the series, like straight up, you know, because as much as like I know there's a few people watching it, this is one instance where just because I'm a fan of the game and I like it myself, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good content or good for my channel or right for my channel, I guess I should say. You know, being a non-swearing version of GTA where I cut all of that stuff out, it's like anyone who actually wants to watch a Let's Play of GTA is probably going to want all of that in, and you know, that would still just be a lot of work for me anyway. Censoring has been a lot of work for me, but it was still a lot of fun, and I just think that it's played its course. I'm kind of done with GTA as far as the game goes, so I'm going to dump that series. We may end up coming back to it, but even then, like, if we did, I would probably not censor it, in which case, may as well just cut the series right here, you know? It makes things a little bit easier on me. Oop, I accidentally pressed my mouse button there. Now, as far as all the Mario series goes, our second Mario 64 video has actually hit 100,000 views. That's nuts, man. Like, we didn't expect that, you know? So, we've heard the demands. We're planning on doing, like, Johnny, my brother, Captain Napkin, and I have done a special kind of, like, a kind of comeback to Mario 64, and we'll see. I mean, we're just screwing around in it, and that seems to be what people want anyway, so we're going to put that one out this Monday, and we're going to see if it hits. If people want more, we can definitely do more, but otherwise, you know, maybe it'll just be the thank you video or something. I don't know. Gothic 2. Last week we were actually supposed to have found Diego and kicked all kind of bunions with him, but due to my recent format change and schedule change, those episodes will actually be coming out this week. Turok 2 this week will come face to face with one of the blind ones, finally. Oh yeah, and the flamethrower. Ah. My favorite gun of the game, man. It's been so long since I've actually gotten to play with fire in a game. I'm letting the series actually catch up before I start recording some more because, you know, I think we got like 2 more episodes and then we're finally caught up. Because with the recent changes to my channel and stuff, Turok has kind of been a little bit irrelevant as far as any of that goes because I recorded so much in a row, you know, and I think just with the amount of changes that I have been doing, I need to get in the habit of from now on, probably not mentioning channel news within any of my videos, you know, and try to keep all of that focused to this, because otherwise, like, what I'm planning to do eventually is I'll probably end up doing with future series and stuff like that, depending on it, if it needs feedback or not. But for something like Turok, I'll probably just record the whole series and then start uploading it, you know, and then kind of get to suggestions at the end of it or something like that. Maybe another game that's a little bit more streamlined than Turok, because, you know, suggestions are still a really good thing. Thief 2014, I've finally found time to record some episodes. Oh, excuse me, my throat's a little dry. It's very late and I'm very tired. This series is going to be, I'm trying to make it a little bit more regular, maybe once a week episodes. Depends if I have time again, but I'll get into all of that in a bit. Live stream last week, we played some Dead Island with Bandy, and oh goodness, I need water. We kind of struggled with the game's lack of direction, so we kind of pulled away from that one, but it was still a fun time. This week we'll probably be going back to the world of Skyrim, do some solo stuff with you guys, Also, I want to switch things up, and I'm going to be putting the stream on Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Now, or maybe we should make it 5. Yeah, I'm going to actually swap that right now. Let's make that 5 p.m. Pacific time so that it's kind of like Saturday night rather than, this way I figure, for any of you that actually don't have plans for the weekend and stuff, this way I figure, you're not going to have work and you can hang out and we can just have a good time. If you're hanging out, you can have chips. We can just slack off and laze about. One of the things that I've been finding worked pretty well is I'm experimenting with a new commentating style, and I'm the type, just because I've been doing it for so long, I like to be higher energy with everything, and I myself just am a higher energy type of guy. But what we did with the Raiden mission in Metal Gear Solid 5 was actually the most calm and relaxed video I've ever done for quite some time, and I think I'm going to keep my live stream format to that, where we're kind of just hanging out. It's kind of calm. I'll still get excited just by playing the game and stuff like that, of course, but I want to kind of keep those a little bit more relaxed because of how long those videos typically are and how I don't actually get to take breaks in between. So a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more like an actual stream rather than trying to make it one of my episodes but just live, So we'll see. But if anyone has thoughts on that, be sure to leave it in the comments. Let me know. Freaky Friday, last week we played Fear. Totally awesome. Donated and suggested by Y2 Yarlet. That game was great. It wasn't that freaky, but it was an awesome game, and I was actually very surprised how not only well it held up, but how awesome it was compared to, a lot of shooters nowadays really don't have the spark that game kind of had, and games released within the same time period, But, yeah, so I still hope you all enjoyed it this week. I don't really know what I have planned yet, but I've still got quite a few suggestions. Keep them coming. Excuse the heat it came on for any of you wearing headphones. I don't know if it's going to pick up with this mic. I should start saying at the beginning of these videos, excuse the pinginess of the mic. I'm actually recording through the webcam software because that way I don't have to edit that much of anything and I can just upload it. I don't know why it compresses the audio so it gets this weird sound effect. I'm still recording out of the same mic I always record out of. It just, yeah. Speaking of, yeah, Minecraft. It happened. At the moment, there's no set schedule or even format or anything. I'm still trying to figure all of that up. So how it is right now is pretty much if I have an episode, I'm going to upload it. And I think I got two. I think I got 2 in reserve right now that I've actually experimented with my brother, Johnny, Captain Napkin. I'm trying to work out a way to have some community playdates with all you guys, but I don't really want to give out my public IP. So I think proxy servers is what it's called. I think that's what it's called. I'm kind of new to that stuff, so I still got to figure it out. Maybe it's a lot easier than I think. I don't know. But either way, I want to be able to have some multiplayer stuff going. But I'm also trying to experiment with a single-player experience. And I kind of messed with some stuff. Like Johnny and me spent all freaking day today. That's why I'm really burnt out. We spent all day trying to work out, we bought a second copy of Minecraft because there's on the computer right here, my mom's computer, which isn't particularly powerful, but it can run Minecraft. So, but that's on XP, and I'm on Windows 7, so it was really tricky for us to figure it out. We finally figured it out so that we can actually play it together. and, you know, play locally and stuff like that. Even did some testing with servers and stuff like that. So I know how to run a server. I just don't want to give out my IP to everybody publicly, so I'm going to have to find a way to mask it or something like that. I don't know if there's a very easy way to do that because I'm not very good at all that server stuff. But either way, it's just been one heck of a headache. So we recorded just 2 episodes that are going to come out probably this week. Definitely this week. I don't mean probably. I'm very tired. But we're going to put those out this week, and, you know, everyone's feedback has really been helping out with that. Other gaming news. For the Mario fans, we've finally, we've been really having a lot of fun with Mario X, so we're actually moving it into its own series rather than just a chance of having it every Monday and stuff like that. Mario Mondays have kind of taken over as far as the popularity goes, everybody. So Monday multiplayer Midnight Madness montage, as it started out, was playing random multiplayer games suggested by all of you, or just random ones we wanted to play. We would upload those every Monday. We did it for over a year, but that series is finally, after this Monday, everybody, it's retired. You know, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's like, you know, the focus has really turned to Mario just because of popularity. Like, we got to keep with the views and stuff, guys, you know. I don't mean to sound like selling out or anything like that, but it's like, you know, we love Mario and everyone else loves it, so the focus kind of got taken away from the whole random Monday games. And we still have a lot of suggestions from that. I still have the text document. And if we end up having any spare time, we will end up getting to those, everybody. And I'm sorry that it's taken so long. But now it's kind of turned into a whole Mario Monday thing. And we'll just have to see what happens, you know. Another thing on the Mario news is we finally found a way to actually record Star Road while using save states. Before we had to actually pause the recording, load our save state, and then start recording again, and even then sometimes the save states would get corrupt or something with the footage, so it was really tedious, you know, but now we've been able to do it within an episode, so we had a lot more fun with it, especially with Star Road. As I said before, with Mario 64 reaching 100,000 views, we're going to have a special episode with Mario 64, just to see, you know, just because it's like, do people want that? Or, because Star Road is still popular, but it wasn't nearly as popular as Mario 64 was. I'm also working out a new schedule, so you're not going to see, like, a schedule list until I've actually worked out the kinks and figured out what I actually want to do for my schedule. Speaking of which, back onto IRL news. Scheduled uploads have allowed me to upload my content more consistently than ever possible before, without having to stress myself on trying to get home or wake up or get on my computer in time to actually upload. So with the scheduled uploads, I've actually been trying out 11 a.m. Pacific time, and I think it's a good time. You know, it gives everyone a chance to actually watch them, and, you know, yeah. Overall, though, this is not just talking now. Like, yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have probably noticed it with me, but I've been working way too hard. I've been trying to figure out, here's the thing, it's ironic, but I've been trying very hard and working very hard so that I could figure out a way that I could work much less, but after today, it's already been, I've been doing that for weeks and weeks and weeks, so I think that even that is probably just a bad habit of mine where I'm piling on more and more work. So this week you're going to see quite a difference in scheduling and stuff. I just need to straight up cut stuff, slow stuff down. I need to slow it down because I'm noticing for myself personally, I'm having a very hard time keeping up with the amount of content that I'm putting out. Because it's so many different games, too. Even putting out 2 videos a day is just impossible for me, just with how it stands right now, because I'm getting exhausted, and that's taking away from, my content, And that's where I have to call it, that's where it's a no-no for me, because I don't want to, like, I want to be able to give it my all, but I can't be giving out this level of energy when I'm exhausted, you know? So I'm going to be pulling back my content quite a bit this week, and I hope that's going to be okay with everybody, you know? I know that some people are probably going to be like, well, there's not much going on here, but whatever, you know? I just have to, like, straight up, because I guess, like, I'm a bit of a workaholic. I kind of push myself, and I love piling on the work, I really do. And I was able to do it consistently for like a month or two now, but I'm just getting exhausted. Like, it's finally caught up with me, so I need to calm down. You know, another thing I wanted to mention too, YouTube seems to be trying to resolve its recent monetization issues. I've actually had a couple videos successfully monetized, which is definitely better than zero, but it's the only 2 videos that YouTube has actually contacted me about requesting monetization, like proper documentation and information. They're the only videos that I've successfully monetized. Otherwise, everything else YouTube isn't even looking at. And, you know, it's still just deadlocked and awaiting review. After my recent contact with review, they actually had me, like, they asked me for feedback, which I think is just a survey. Like, I don't think it's going to personally do anything. But it was nice to be able to actually write something out to tell them that, you know, I'm slightly dissatisfied with YouTube. Because I love what it does. Like, there's nothing like YouTube out there, and it is fantastic. But with the amount of technical hiccups that I've had to deal with, and I mean, Fallout King 2, you know, man. Like, every time YouTube comes out with an update, I call it a downgrade, you know, because they just can't get it together. But, I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that I've heard that when you get to a certain amount of, I don't know if it's views or subscribers or something like that, I don't know what the set amount is, and I know that it's not a myth because it's happened with other bigger time channels and stuff, but eventually you get to a point where YouTube will give you like a personal, I guess like a personal, someone you can actually directly email and contact for problems and issues and stuff like that. So hopefully it's not like 1 million subscribers, you know? Hopefully it's something a little bit more small time so I could actually, you know, hey, you've gotten enough going on with your channel that here's our YouTube email. So that I can reply right back and say, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you been monetizing my videos? Get your ass in gear, you know? Straight up. Because it's just so much of a headache for me. I've legit went and got permission from every single publisher for every one of my games on my channel that can get monetized. Some of them can't, like Metal Gear, Konami doesn't allow monetization. A lot of the Japanese companies don't, like Nintendo doesn't anymore. And it's just, yeah, it's even more, like, that's the biggest thing, is people sometimes ask me, you know, like they try to talk with me, they try to play games with me and stuff like that, and I love you all for it. I really do wish that I could have more time to play games and stuff, but to put it into perspective, with Bandy and Shay, they're my friends that I usually will live stream with. With Bandy and Shay, I only ever get to talk with them over Xbox Live, sometimes Facebook, but I don't really go on Facebook. To put it into perspective, I don't ever get to play with them anymore until I'm live streaming. Like, live streaming is an excuse to play with them and try to keep up with them and stuff. And even that, it depends on the game we're playing. You know, because this week we're going to be playing Skyrim, so that's already a couple weeks. I haven't gotten to talk with Shay or hang out and stuff. So, you know, and I'm really burnt out, and I need to settle down. I want to have more time to actually play games off camera, you know, because otherwise, yeah, I could just go on and on. I'm just saying that there's going to be quite a few changes on my channel, everybody, so that I can keep up, so that I can just, like, you look at, what is it? Boiling Action showed me Gronked, I think that's how it's pronounced, but I think he's like the biggest German Let's Player, and I don't know how this guy does it, man. Like, I know compared to other tops of YouTubers and stuff, I am working a lot harder than most of them. I know that, and because of that, I need to pull back a little bit, and I'm not saying any discredit towards them or anything like that. I'm just saying with the amount of content that I'm putting out, like, most tops of YouTubers will usually even put out just one video a day, which, holy crap, if I did that, whoa. It'd be so easy. Maybe I'll get to that at one time. I don't know. We'll see, man. But I don't know if I could let myself go down that much. I think yeah, either way, Gronk is actually that guy, man. He's got to be another workaholic. I guess it's that German dedication. That's what I said to Chris Boiling Action. He puts out I just got to say this, like, straight up. He is a king. He puts out like 3 or 4 videos a day, and they're half-an-hour videos plus. Wow. You know, because that's another thing that I'm experimenting with, too, to kind of pull the workload back a little bit, is the episode length. So Mario X, you know, we've got a couple episodes that are 20 minutes, and they're going to come out, I think, this week and next week, because we've got stocked up footage. But then anytime after that, the episodes are probably going to be 10 minutes. I want Star Road to be 15 minutes, and, you know, we'll see. I'm experimenting with stuff. Starbound itself is still sticking to kind of half an hour, just because that usually takes me that amount of time to build. But we'll see. I'll experiment with other stuff. I'm not really running into that many issues with Starbound. That's all for the news, by the way. If you want to stop the video, go right ahead. I'm just kind of rambling about stuff now, which I should actually stop, because this mic's pinginess is probably getting annoying. But yeah, I gotta call it. It's actually 8 now, so this video is going to be quite a bit longer than I intended. So I'm gonna call it here for the Scythe news. See how exhausted I am? I'm going to call it here for a Scythe news. It's not an episode. Last but never least, thank you to every single one of you that makes this possible for me. I want to become, you know, it would be a dream come true if I could start making a living from YouTube. And even further than that, if I could, anything further than making a solid living from YouTube would be incredible. Enough said. And that's why I've been working my ass off as hard as I can, because I want to be able to keep up with everybody, but it just isn't happening. You know, I'm only one guy. I can't keep up to this anymore, so I'm sorry about that. But at the same time, I think as I slow things down, as I start to relax and catch back up to my own speed, I think that the content is really going to step up as far as commentary and energy and all that stuff goes. I'm going to be a lot less stressed out, have a lot more time to interact with you guys and everything. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much. And as always, sayonara and stay epic, everybody. That's it. Jeez.